General Andres Centino has been reappointed as Chief of Staff of the Armed Forces. The Quiapo Church and the Manila LGU gear up for the Feast of the Black Nazarene on Monday. And industry projections indicate a rollback in prices of fuel products next week. Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's a roundup of stories we're watching now. I'm Riza Diaz. Preparations in Quiapo, Manila are now in full swing ahead of the Black Nazarene Feast on Monday. Justin Punsalang with the report.
The local government of Manila is ramping up preparations for this year's Feast of the Black Nazarene. Led by City Mayor Juanito Remuya, officials conducted an inspection around Quiapo on Saturday. This is to make sure that the routes for the Walk of Faith is free from any obstruction. The LGU also arranged a cleaning operation at the Plaza Miranda. Eco-Waste Coalition in partnership with Caritas Philippines held a separate cleanup drive. Both reminded the public that faith does not end with devotion and prayers, but also actions, especially towards the environment.
Yung ating pananampalataya ay ating isagawa ng may puso, no? Na may pagmamahal sa kalikasan at sa Diyos.
Turning our faith into action, na hindi lamang tayo pupunta ng Quiapo, magdadasal at pakatapos ay kakalimutan na natin yung ating obligasyon, lalong-lalo na sa ating inang kalikasan.
Meanwhile, a liquor ban is in effect in Manila until Monday evening.
Hindi lang po liquor ban ang bawal sa area ngayon, pati sa buong City of Manila ay sinuspend po yung permit to carry firearms outside the residence.
Police also assured devotees that their security will be prioritized. Meanwhile, the Manila LGU is hopeful that this year's celebration of the feast will be peaceful due to the absence of the traditional andas and traslasyon.
Sa tingin po namin, mas magiging payapa, mas magiging hindi dami talaga siguro nung yung mga dati pong mga traslasyon natin. Kung mas madali po, magaganap na 2 taon din po nilang walang naganap na traslasyon. So, yung sidhi po ng pananampalataya ng ating mga deboto, I think nandun pa rin eh.
Devotees have started flocking to the Quirino Grandstand for the pagpupugay, which replaces the traditional pahalik to minimize exposure to COVID-19. January 9 is a special non-working day in Manila in observance of the Feast of the Black Nazarene. For News 5, Justine Punsalang. We are One News.
President Bongbong Marcos reappoints General Andres Centino as Chief of Staff of the Armed Forces of the Philippines. Centino replaces Lieutenant General Bartolome Bacaro, who succeeded him after his tenure from November 2021 to August 2022. Before this, Centino also served as Commanding General of the Philippine Army in May to December of 2021. Centino will be reaching the mandatory retirement age of 56, but a new law allows him a fixed 3-year term. The camp of Juanito Remuya III insists that there is nothing irregular with his speedy trial. Speaking to the chiefs, Remuya III's legal counsel, Attorney Perlito Campanilla, said they only made use of the continuous trial, which is a right given to the accused in a drug case. The duration of a continuous trial is only 75 days. Campanilla added that the accused may also waive this right.
Yung continuous trial actually is enshrined under the 2017 Supreme Court guidelines na sinasabi nga for drug cases dapat matapos yan within 75 days. Kung hindi niya ho i-waive yan at hindi ho sundin niya nung judge, magkakaroon ho siya ng administrative sanction. So pinusto ho namin yung continuous trial. But for some other cases, kaya ho tumagal yan dahil hindi nila winave yung kanilang continuous trial right.
Campanilla also shrugged off the pending drug importation case against Remuya III. He said the acquittal on the charge of possession should help dismiss the drug importation charge against the son of the Justice Secretary.
Wala pa akong warrant of arrest na ini-issue sa kanya. And ang legal opinion ko po ay dapat na rin po yung ma-dismiss. Dahil kasi po yung element ng importation, one of the element is possession. So kung wala akong possession, wala akong importation.
We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz. Motorists may expect a rollback in the prices of petroleum products next week. Unio Philippines projects that diesel prices would fall by up to 2 pesos and 60 centavos per liter, while per liter prices of gasoline could be slashed by up to 60 centavos. The Energy Department said further rollbacks will depend on China's COVID-19 management and other factors. Oil companies will announce final price adjustments on Monday. Demand for electric vehicles has been growing in China, which is the world's largest car market. Let's watch this.
Global automakers like Volkswagen, General Motors, and Tesla are highly reliant on China. They build dozens of factories to gain access to the country's consumers. The risks seemingly were outweighed by rapid growth in what has become the world's biggest car market. Germany's Volkswagen, Mercedes-Benz, and BMW now sell more vehicles in China than any other market. But as consumer appetite for electric cars takes off, the glory days for foreign automakers may be numbered. While Western automakers struggle to shift their lineups away from the combustion engine, Chinese rivals are moving into EVs at an electric pace. Domestic brands such as BYD, NIO, and XPeng have the backing of the Chinese government and understand what local buyers want. Their vehicles benefit from competitive pricing, snazzy designs, and smart features such as automated driving technology and in-car karaoke. Homegrown brands accounted for almost 80% of China's EV sales in the first 7 months of 2022. The shift is felt across the board. Volkswagen, still China's best performing foreign brand, is selling battery cars at a rate that's far behind the pace of the broader EV uptake in the country. Tesla and Mercedes recently had to slash prices for their EVs in China because competition is intensifying, with the German car maker taking as much as $33,000 off the EQS, its flagship EV. International automakers had 61% of the total auto market in China just 2 years ago. That's declined to less than 50% in 2022. Foreign car makers still are generating healthy profits in China thanks to strong sales of their combustion models, and their brands carry quite the cachet. But there's another issue looming, the threat of worsening geopolitical tensions. Ever since the war in Ukraine triggered hurried company exits from Russia, there's mounting concern over what would happen to business in China if the country were to assert itself in Taiwan. Carlos Tavares, who heads Europe's second biggest car maker Stellantis, in July pulled the plug on a Jeep venture in China, blaming too much political interference and the threat of sanctions. Recently, he even suggested Stellantis may stop making cars in the country altogether. While Tavares' moves have been made easier because Stellantis isn't doing too well in China in the first place, the likes of Tesla, Volkswagen and GM have way more to lose. China's car market still is growing, and much of the EV boom is expected to happen there in the coming years. In other words, it's a market the global giants can't afford to get wrong.
Now, for more updates, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World Online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on Signal Play app. Register for a free account now at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Riza Diaz. We are One News.